Good day, Professor Morton. This is John Cotton. Of course, you know who I am. This is for the assignment for um, the difference between President Obama and President Trump, as I understand. There's a world of differences. I mean, you see, as far as culture is concerned, President Obama is a black man, of course, and he identifies with what black people go through. He understands our culture, speaks our language. He's able to be flexible. Um, he switches his role, so to speak. He knows when to give a soul brother shake, and he knows when to give a firm handshake. He knows when to give a polite kiss on the cheek. He knows how to tell a decent joke without offending people. On the flip side, we have another person who's brought into another culture, the one percenters, where it's really about them and how they can make life more luxurious for them and exhibit power over people that they feel are subservient to them. Of course, he's a white person, and he's part of the one percenters, which makes a great big difference in his view and President Barack Obama's view. Their perspectives come from two different angles. You have Donald Trump coming from an angle of privilege, and you have President Obama coming from the grassroots. You know, he's in Chicago, the so-called promised land from way back after the Second World War. People started migrating that way, so he's from up that way. Um, Fundamentally, you can see how the views are different when it comes down to conservative and liberal thinking. I'm not quite sure if Donald Trump actually believes the conservative way or if that's just his base so he can have the power that he desires. Doubtfully that he could ever been the candidate for the Democratic Party because we seem to have more dignity, integrity than to allow a person who constantly tells lies. Background is so filthy, dirty, and is just full of alleged corruption. Whereas we didn't hear of these corruptions and things of that nature when we dealt with President President Barack Obama. It's a whole different ballgame. Um, and it comes down to religion. Of course, you've seen President Barack Obama singing "Amazing Grace," and he's involved in his church. Donald Trump is lost. He used the scripture and even called the book of the Bible the wrong name. I think he said 2 Corinthians. Don't Cotton. I'm doing something. Don't say nothing. It's my grandson. Hold on for a second. Okay, I'm sorry, Professor, that my grandson just woke up. All right, so fundamentally, there's a lot of differences between the two. I think that Barack Obama was out to help the middle class and to keep the lower class or people that have nothing with at least sustainable resources. Um, this the differences are just so vast. Um, I'm not sure exactly what more I need to. I mean, you want me to say it comes down to the differences between them, but I know this much: I miss President Barack Obama, and I cannot wait until 2020, and hopefully this election, this nightmare, far as I'm concerned, will be over. I don't even want my children to even watch, my grandchildren to even watch this president and get any idea that that this is the way the leader of the free world should act, or anybody of authority should act when they talk the racist rhetoric. You have President Obama, who's reaching out to all the communities, even the LBGQ communities, making it legal for same-sex couples to get married and have children and be in the military. uh, President Trump, it goes against all of that. He's deregulating all of the regulations that was in place to keep our environment safe and the atmosphere, try to deal with global warming. And Trump says this stuff is not true. And the media, President Obama was transparent, always talking to the media. President Trump, he calls the media the enemies of the people. I mean, it's just the differences are vast. Capitalism takes on a whole new meaning with Donald Trump because he's looking out for his own interests and those of his cronies and one percenters. So, I mean, he throws the smokescreen, far as I'm concerned, to make some people who feel left out that they are being included with his decision. And by him being president, they have a voice. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not. It's definitely to the contrary. However, I respect the office, and hopefully we can use our systems of checks and balances to keep him from overstepping his boundaries, which he's already done on many levels, as far as I'm concerned. Um, and I think that's all I can say on that level. I don't want to be offensive to anyone because I know this is going to go over, on another social media site because I talk. All right, but anyway, I hope I covered the subject. It was great being in your class again. I enjoyed our conversations that we have. This semester has had some challenges, but all in all, it's always been a great experience. And we talk on some tough subjects and controversial subjects, but we managed to, to openly talk about it and discuss it and make it so that everyone has a voice and an opinion and is respected. Once again, I just want to thank you for all that you do, and peace.